guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm back here at Dimmitt Chevrolet in Clearwater, Florida, and guess what? We got something a little different for you. While we're here, this is it. This is a 2021 Ford Mustang Mach 1, and guess what? On top of that, we finally have the handling package version. So before we get into this iconic Mustang nameplate, let's talk about what's going on here. Mustang. It's been around since 1965. Technically, if you ask the aficionados, it's 1964 and a half, but you know what? It really came at a time where the auto industry was ramping up with horsepower. Now, the Mach 1 first appeared back in 1969, and really, that was where we were getting into the peak of the horsepower wars. Now, fast forward to the 21st century, the Mach 1 name has come and gone, but it's back in a big way, not only for style, not only for handling, but also more horsepower underneath the hood. Of course, to get your muscle car today, you do have your different options: the Mustang, the Challenger, the Charger, the Chevrolet Camaro. What I want to find out is, though, out of everybody in the court of muscle cars, is the Mach 1 with the handling package the king of performance muscle cars for the price? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this pure black Mach 1 and find out. Right off the bat, the style. This is actually the first time I've ever seen a Mach 1 that is all black, and I'm liking it. Of course, let's kind of do this a little quicker and go over the front end of the business. Now, everything that you see is gonna be like a Mustang GT, especially when we look at the headlight housing and all the LED lighting. But let me show you, once we look at the tri-bar setup in there, we work our way down. This whole front fascia, especially the corner air intakes, is specific to the Mach 1. So this is fully functional. You got that metallic gray finish. Because we have the handling package version, you get the additional splitter extension. So this is where your standard Mach 1 splitter sits. The handling package adds this whole extra portion. It gives 15% more downforce at the front end of this vehicle. Ford says it's the best handling Coyote powered Mustang GT ever in the history of Ford. So something to think about. When we come across that front grille, it is specific to the Mach 1. You do have gloss black. Remember, these areas that are blocked off, they can be removed to bring more air to cool that Coyote V8. I do like the gunmetal pony. So much history with the Mustang logo. Working your way down, some more gloss black, and then you could really see the extension of the front splitter on our handling package. But this is just the first step in what the handling package brings to the table. Now, when we get up onto the hood, I think the Mach 1 stripe looks so spectacular on our all black Mach 1. You got the red trim, the Mach 1 badge, that satin finish, and of course you got your functional heat extractors. I know, probably the biggest zonk you're gonna say is, where's the shaker hood? No shaker hood on this Mach 1. Now, when we come around the bend, I'm gonna have Lori zoom in. Before we get to the wheels, you see this extra piece of bodywork that comes out from the fender? This is for extra aero. It's part of the handling package. So all of this gets put on the vehicle once it gets delivered to the dealership. And then feast your eyes on these bad boys. You have these amazing 19-inch wheels. Up front, you're looking at almost 11 inches wide. Out back, almost a foot wide. But I love the design. I know some people are gonna say, man, those look like they're gonna be hard to clean. But I'm telling you right now, it'll be a labor of love because the style really stands out great. You got those massive 6-piston calipers, which are gonna clamp down on rotors that are 15 inches in diameter. 15 inches. So you're gonna get amazing braking capability to where you're gonna be able to shed speed faster than a German Shepherd sheds hair. Plus you got the Magna Ride, that magnetic ride suspension, all 4 corners specifically tuned for road course handling duty. We got engine oil cooler, transmission cooler, and differential cooler. Plus, I just want to show you as well, we have Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. These are the sticky tires like on my Shelby GT350R. They're going to give you some nice stick and grip And boy, do they look good. The sidewall just looks sexy wrapped around these 19-inch wheels. Now, as we go down the side, of course, you're gonna have the Mach 1 badge, just like every other Mach 1. We got that reddish orange stripe that fits it very well. Everything from the side is basically standard Mustang GT. On a Mach 1, you have the flat gray mirror caps. Working our way towards the rear, I wanna show the rear because I just wanna let you know that out back, we have more rubber to meet the road. So you're looking at 315s out back to get the traction to the ground, 373 gears, limited slip diff, and they actually reworked the whole suspension to stiffen this thing up to make it handle like no other Mustang, Coyote powered before it. Massive rear wing. So you got the wing off the GT500 plus the Gurney flap. Remember Dan Gurney, he won the 1967 24 Hours of Le Mans with AJ Foyt. He came up with this flap. It gives you extra downforce, but doesn't create a lot of drag. You got your LED lighting, tri-bar setup, the Mach 1 badge, and then going all the way down, nice rear diffuser with large quad tip exhaust. It is the Ford Performance exhaust. You can make them louder, you can make it quieter. You know how we're gonna do it here on Raity's Rides. We're gonna let this Coyote V8 sing. Speaking of the V8, let's pop the hood on our Mach 1 and check it out. Guys, we got the hood open. You do have a prop rod. It is out of the way. Let me know if you think I should still zonk it. We're gonna let well enough be alone because you know what? Check out that strut tower brace there. It's like a part of the Brooklyn Bridge to beefing up and strengthen the front end of the business on the Mach 1. You got the custom plate. We have the Magna Ride suspension, which is part of the handling package. This intake plenum, your air intake plenum, that's straight from the Shelby GT350. Also, the throttle body is the same as the GT350 and the open air box. So just like my Shelby GT350, you are gonna have some specific parts that are from that vehicle when it comes to the air intake and everything. But remember, this does not have the flat plane crankshaft. But what does it have? Since this is a 2021 model year, it's got 480 horsepower, 420 pound-feet of torque. You could have a 6-speed manual, and the 6-speed manual is the Tremec 3160 out of the Shelby GT350. This one has the 10-speed automatic, 0 to 60 in about 3.8 seconds. Quarter mile goes by in 11.9 seconds at 118 miles an hour. Top speed is 168 miles per hour. MPGs, 14 in the city, 22 on the highway. If you're really bothered by that, you need to be looking at a Prius or some other hybrid. It does weigh a bit, 3,844 pounds, but the great news is you do have that revised chassis, even the steering knuckles. They revised them just like on the GT350 and the GT500. But you know what? Cool to have some of those Shelby parts on here, but why don't we go ahead, let's fire up this Coyote V8 and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, come on into this 2021 Mustang Mach 1. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I know the days are numbered that these cars are going to be available. Who knows if they're going to make the Mach 1 for the next generation, but I'm digging it. And I'm so glad that you found one with the handling package. How much does this one cost? So MSRP, and if you take into consideration the handling package, is $3,500. So you get the wheels, you get obviously all of the extra aero work, all the little bits, $3,500. What's the overall price though? MSRP is right around $64,000. Before we go to the door panel, I just want to show you that this one still has their owner's supplement package with it. So you get a nice little gift from Ford. A lot of times these get lost or the previous owner wants to keep it. But I'm going to put this one in the back seat so it stays snug as a bug in a Mach 1 rug. But let's go ahead to the door panels and see what we're getting. Same style as any other Mustang GT. Now, The reason why I'm gonna zonk this one is that this is a Mach 1 and it's got the base interior. Not digging that cloth. That's actually cloth in the middle back portion of the door panel. Not my favorite. Rest of it is gonna be your usual attire. In the door pocket, it's a decent size. You probably get, I would say, 4 cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster and a Surge soda to wash it down. Going from the door panel to the dash, you do get still that twin cowl setup, soft material. You get a chassis number plate with the Mach 1 name there. I do like this aluminum look and finish that they have in the front. As you go from one side to the other, we have our extra gauges, oil pressure and vacuum. I wish this was a different gauge though. Not a lot of good use of vacuum while you're doing your track day, but the oil pressure is very important. 8-inch infotainment system. We're gonna go a little quicker with this one. If you wanna see more of the interior, watch one of my other Mustang reviews. I'll leave it at the end of this one. You do have your P51 toggle switches, aluminum start-stop button, USB-A. Like I said, we got that fast shifting A10 automatic transmission, 10-speed automatic, 2 cup holders, soft material on the armrest. Open it up, you got a 12-volt, a USB-A, and you can put a small jar for all the tiers of the Camaro owners and the Challenger owners that you blow their doors off at your local track. This one, I wish had Recaros. It does not. It has the base cloth seats. Not my favorite, especially at this price point. They do have electric bottoms, but manual backs. And this one does have a rear seat, which you can do a rear seat delete as well. Come on over though. I want to show you the dash because I want to take you on throttle ASAP. So come on over and let me show you the business. All right, guys, here we are, business time. Now on this particular one, this is really the only other Mach 1 touch to the interior. So I wish this one was a little bit higher option. It's really sad, the pedal box, just no aluminum whatsoever down there. And of course that smaller dead pedal, so I am gonna have to zonk the pedal box. There's your seat controls. I'm 6 feet tall. You do have plenty of room in here, just like any other Mustang that we showed you here on Raiti's Rides. The one thing I wish they would have done on all the Mach 1s is give me a little bit different steering wheel. Even change the horn button for God's sakes, just that. And have it say Mach 1, I would have been happy, but it is a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. You have paddles to go up and down the 10-speed automatic. And one thing you're not gonna find on a Shelby GT350 is you do get the 12-inch dash. So digital display, you go through the different modes, and guess what? It changes. Obviously, you get all these warnings. You got the tack across the top there, which is cool. You could go from there to drag strip. You got line lock, so you could do your smoky burnout. And then you could go all the way back around, back to normal, and then you got traditional sort of gauges there. But kind of nice to have the digital display, especially with the different ways to change it. But why don't we go ahead? We're not doing backseat. We're not doing truck. Do you hear those sirens? Those are the sirens to the ambulances taking other muscle car owners to the hospital because they know what's up with this Mach 1 and the performance. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle in our Mach 1. All right, guys, we're leaving Dimmitt Chevrolet. We're in this 2021 Mach 1 with the handling package. It looks pretty freaking sinister in black, I'll tell you that much. Now, right away, the interior, it's got those few touches which make it special with the Mach 1 badging and stuff. I know how you feel that the interior is very dated, and I'm not gonna argue that, but this is at the end of this generation, so just something to think about. Definitely on the outside, it doesn't look very dated, but let's do a little bit of on throttle, shall we? On throttle, here we go. Yeah! Golly! That A10 10-speed automatic just fires off the shifts as fast as the Gatling gun on an A10 tank killer. Amazing the performance that this thing brings, especially when you look at the whole package. And that is what makes it extra special, is the whole package. Going and spending the extra money for the handling package, I think, is well worth it. Because what you're gonna get are those killer looking wheels, the Cup 2R tires, and then the MagneRide suspension and all the other bits. So you're really getting quite a bit of different things for the price, and it seems like the handling package models are the hardest to find, which obviously they have been, or we would have brought more. But let's go on throttle. On throttle, here we go. Yeah. Nice, on those brakes, massive Brembos. Handles great, look at this, here we go. Yeah. The sound, I tell you, this thing is so fun to drive, even with the automatic, because it is one of the better automatic transmissions. I'll be honest with that, is that the 10-speed shifts very, very well. And if you want to shift with the paddles, you can. I would prefer the Tremec 6-speed, especially because it is the 3160, just like in my Shelby GT350R. That is one of the slickest transmissions around. I guess the one thing I'm really bummed about is how basic the interior is. And what I mean by that is literally this is the base interior. I am surprised that you could even get a Mach 1 with the base interior. I would think that at this price point, it would come with at least the leather seats. And if anything else, it should come, I think, with the Recaros, but that's an extra charge. I think it's like $3,500 for the Recaro seats. So something to think about there. But everything else, the digital display, I don't really mind the interior that much. I mean, I know it's on the dated side, but it's the performance that you want. It's the sound. It's the style. That's what this car brings. What's great about this muscle car is that it purrs like a kitty cat when you're doing your normal street driving, going to work, maybe picking up your kids from school. I mean, if I was picked up from school in a Mach 1, I would have been probably the most popular kid in school back when I was a kid. So I mean, to do that and to share the car enthusiasm and just get your kids to be car enthusiasts, I think is worth the price of admission for this Mach 1. But on try, here we go. Nice. Golly, the shifts are so freaking fast. And what's nice is I love the way the 10-speed downshifts. It allows you to brake nice and straight. You're able to control the weight of the vehicle, because remember, when you get on the brakes, all the weight shifts forward, but it's downshifting so smoothly, and that allows you to just feel confident and secure. The sound, though, that's another thing that's worth the price of admission. And when you're comparing it to a Camaro or a Challenger, having that Coyote V8, it's got such a unique sound. And what they did with the exhaust in this Mach 1 allows it to even be a little bit more special, which is great. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put it in the manual shift mode. We're gonna shift with the paddles right now. They're on the smaller side. I wish they were a little larger, but we're gonna see how that feels as we're going through the 10-speed. But the digital display is super clear on the graphics, and that's something that the other two muscle cars aren't gonna have, are full digital displays like this. Second gear, are you ready? I'm ready. On try, here we go. Nice. Holds a line so perfectly, so freaking perfectly. The shifts are very quick, very precise. The brakes, obviously, like I said, those massive freaking rotors with the Brembos, it brakes really, really well. One thing you're really gonna love about the MagneRide suspension, we just went over a pothole cover, is that it really soaks up the bumps nicely, but yet when the road gets curvy or you're on the track, it allows you to really handle super well. Second gear, on throttle, here we go. Wow, 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 wow. This thing is planted. Look at this. Freaking A, man. Absolutely planted. getting from the front end. Obviously, with the additional aero, the work that they did to the suspension really allows this to handle amazingly, which makes sense because of the handling package. But the straight line performance, just as good, and you got all the coolers. Engine cooler, diff cooler, transmission cooler. That really makes it wonderful. Out on the highway, this Mach 1 cruises really nicely. And like I said, it all comes down to that magnetic ride suspension. Just allows you to have your cake and eat it too, and have the performance at the end of the day. But I'm hoping that this was a nice overview for you. I love looking out the back and seeing that massive GT350 wing with the Gurney flap. I don't know, you know, it's like I keep thinking about the Performance Pack Level 1 and all the performance that you get for the money compared to this Mach 1, but hopefully this has been a nice overall view for you and giving you what you need. But we're going to get back to Dimmitt Chevrolet and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another great day here at Dimmitt Chevrolet. I definitely got to thank Raiti and the rest of the team getting us access to this 2021 Mach 1 with the handling package. Let me know what you think. Is this the king of the muscle cars for the price, for what you're getting, both performance, style, and all the other touches? Let me know in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. Got to give it up to the muscle behind the lens. Lori working that camera like a champ. Show her some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. Just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.